Good afternoon. Welcome to Inner Knowing Messages Tarot. My name is Rhiannon, and I'm here today to do a full moon, also known as the buck moon reading. Now, for those that are not aware of what the buck moon really is all about, it's basically when it's most visible in Tennessee, and it's today, July the 28th. Now, the moon gets its name because it coincides with the time of the year when male deer are rapidly growing new antlers. The buck moon will reach its peak illumination during the day on July the 29th, tomorrow. So I thought I would do a reading collectively for you just to see what comes out. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. Trust that you were guided to see this reading today. And if it does resonate, let me know in the comments and where are you watching from. Okay. Now, I also channel messages for those that know who I am. So from time to time, I do get names, situations. Ooh, and as I said that, a card flipped over. So we'll take that one. The name Tommy comes through. So if you've lost a loved one by the name of Tommy, he's stopping by to say hello. He says he's fine, he's at peace, he's no longer suffering. He's quite content, although he does understand that, you know, he would have liked to have had more time on earth with you as a family. But he understands also that it was his time to go, unfortunately. But he is okay. So if you know someone called Tommy who you've lost, who's a loved one, that's the message for you. Let me know. So let's start this reading, shall we? So we start with returning to roots. Now this card is the Six of Cups. Okay. Now the Six of Cups is all about children, childhood, memories, past influences, a yearning, homesickness, nostalgia, reunions, playfulness, youthfulness, innocence, creativity, kindness, goodwill, and simplicity. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Wands, and this is about standing your ground. This is about standing up for your own beliefs, fighting your corner. You know, you're being protective, you're defensive in a little way, determined. You know, you're not prepared to just back down over anything. You will stand your ground and hold your own. You're taking the high road, you're maintaining control, and you can be territorial. Now, have you just had something that's happened where somebody wants to relocate where you currently have a business? It can also be that you were somewhere where you live, and say, for example, the landlord wants to sell up to some developers because they want to either buy the house or the land that it sits on so they can develop multiple properties or some other form of business on. But I feel there's this upheaval that you're currently going through. Then we have the Two of Wands. Now, this is all about choice. It's about taking a new pathway into something new, a new direction. It's about deciding, do I go left, do I go right? Do I go for A or B? One or two? Whatever it is that resonates with you. Trust your gut feeling, because your gut's going to tell you ultimately the answer, the best decision. The gut's going to pick up more than anything else. Because if you feel like a dread or oh, that doesn't feel right feeling in your stomach, then that's indicating with you which one you should choose and which one you shouldn't. But ultimately, whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. Then we have a fantastic card, which is all about the Ten of Cups. This is celebrations, gatherings. It can be a wedding. It could be a party of some sort. It could be like a reunion. getting together with family, it can also be about, like I say, marriage, long-term relationships, stability, security. It's a happy time. It's a real good, happy, celebratory time. Being with the right people, being with your tribe. And then we have synchronicity. Okay, synchronicity. A divine soul counterpart relationship is blessed with amazing moments of synchronicity. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be platonic. It could be just friendship, or it could be like your work wife or hubby, whatever, whoever you gel with in work, for example. But it could be like a community of people that you have something in common with, whether that's on a spiritual level, whether that's a religious thing, whether that's I don't know, taekwondo, karate, exercise, music, whatever it is for you. But it's being with the right people, synchronizing with them on the same vibe. And then we have, to finish off, angel number 1414, and it says, light up. Mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, and quality. It says, focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Now, one thing I always talk about here on my channel is about your energy, about being on a higher flying disc. And if you don't understand what that means, that's completely fine. It's not necessarily for everyone or everyone to have heard of that. However, if you do want to know more about it, just a suggestion that I would go for is to look up here on YouTube, Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks. It's Esther channeling a person called Abraham. And it's all about manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption. It's about finding your high flying disc, which is like a vortex. It's about an energy that you rise to be able to manifest and bring in the good that you've been wanting and desiring. Now, the one thing that she does always talk about is it's better to go downstream and go with the flow than trying to force something, because the more you chase for something, the more it's further away. Whereas if you let go, you will attract things because you're in a far better, natural, happier state than constantly in lack or want for something, which means you're lacking in that energy. So if you were to feel happy thoughts, if you were to feel joy, love, appreciation, feeling very much, full of gratitude, happiness, fun. Those are all levels of higher vibe and energy. And when you have that feeling, when you're in that zone and you hold that moment for as long as possible, then it helps you to release the negativity, the harder, lower frequency of energy. And it helps you then to open up other channels, other opportunities, doors will open. You will start to attract things that you may have even forgotten that you wanted at one point in your life, and all of a sudden they make an appearance. It could be that you're longing to get a job or change of a job. How about if you just let go and just completely change your mindset and think of something completely different, or just stop thinking about it, go for a walk, chill out, have a cup of tea or coffee outside in the fresh air, listen to some music, just vibe, something that you vibe with, exercise, meditate, whatever it is for you. Then letting go and not fixating on something means that you're no longer putting a blockage there. Okay, you're letting it go, you're releasing it, and you're just saying, right, okay, I'm assuming it's going to be here for me, or it is here for me, so I no longer have to worry about that, and I no longer have to feel the want or the need for something, because it's already here. It's like the law of assumption. It's already believing it's happened or it's done and it's here. And you just got to feel easy about things. And that's how you start to attract better, happier times for you, things that resonate with you. Okay. So if anything has helped you today about having a light attitude, those are examples that I would give. If any of this resonates with you, please let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And if you haven't done so already, please could you give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. I would really, really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Take care and stay blessed.